Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to this reading for the upcoming eclipse in Aries. We're going to just see what is going on for you in general at this time. The first row is just going to represent your general energies for the eclipse. And you have this health card. It says it's time to improve your financial health and habits. I kind of feel like it's just time for you to work, it would be a good time to work on like any habits that you have just in general, because you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is amazing. So there could be some really good stuff coming in for you financially. I also kind of I get like a weird message on this 8 of Wands here. To me, it's saying you need to like trust yourself more. I feel like some of you, maybe I kind of feel like this eclipse could be triggering some things where maybe in the past you didn't trust yourself, and because of it, you like missed out on an opportunity or something. I know it's a very specific story that's popping into my head. It's like maybe you missed out on a financial opportunity or, something like that. And I kind of feel like this reading is saying like, okay, there's like another situation coming up that you do not want to miss out on. It feels financial to me, by the way, Sagittarius. And I feel like this is saying like maybe last time you didn't trust your intuition, or maybe you were getting some, sign symbols, messages, things like that with the 8 of Wands. The other thing I think with the 8 of Wands is that to me, sometimes it can just be kind of like an inspiration. We could just feel inspired to do something. We could basically just feel maybe excited, or, maybe our intuition is kind of like saying, hey, go do, take this action, or go get that new job or move or whatever, but we don't maybe take it seriously, right? And so I kind of feel that here, where there's like a new change clearly coming into your life. Look at this. We go 6 of Swords to the World to the Chariot. That's like a victory, but it's definitely a major change. The World is an accomplishment, but it can also represent like some sort of ending or something coming to an end. The 8 of Wands represents a quick conclusion, and pretty much any 10 in the tarot can represent the end. 10s are the end, basically. So 10 of Pentacles, of course, is like positive. It represents building, leaving a legacy. Obviously, you can represent improving your finances, but really, I feel like this is talking about a change in the way that you work, or that you make money, or the way that people pay you, or something like that. So I need more details right away on this. With the 6 of Swords, you have the 3 of Swords. I wasn't getting much on the 6 of Swords, other than you're just like moving on to calmer shores. That's why I didn't really talk about it that much, because it's like sometimes some cards, don't stop talking to me. Other times, some cards don't say anything. And that 6 of Swords really wasn't saying anything. So, clearly you could be moving away from something. It's funny that I'll just show you over here. You end with this To the Sea card, which is like very similar to the 6 of Swords. So you could be kind of like cutting something out of your life, but I feel like what's ahead of you is like this beautiful new beginning, the Chariot. With the 8 of Wands, you have the 10 of Wands. It's been a journey. I feel like you've been through a lot. I feel like you've been carrying a lot of burdens, like a lot of heavy burdens, or, maybe you feel like you've had just like certain things you've had to deal with. It's kind of weird. The words popping into my head are that like there are things that you have to deal with that you feel like no one else has to deal with. Like and I'm not saying that that's not true. It could very well be true that you have to deal with things that like nobody else does. Things happen to you that like don't happen to anyone else, or something like that is popping into my head here. So that could definitely be something that you're like dealing with or working on. And, the 10 of Wands is like a burden, so I feel like you have been dealing with some heavy burdens. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent marriage, but, the Hierophant, I also feel during times of like eclipses, can represent spiritual learning. He is like the bridge between the heavens and the earth, and he is also usually making the symbol with his hands, which can represent like a blessing. And clearly, I feel that there are some blessings that are coming in for you because you've learned some lessons, or because you walked away from something. We actually see 2 places here where it really looks like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you, and you are like walking towards fulfillment. Next, also in the area of what you are ending during this eclipse, you have the sad news card. It says bad news, inconvenient truth, delusion, disappointment, emotional self-pity, sadness. So I feel like this is what's coming to an end, which is great. You are letting go of something that has maybe caused you to be sad, or has caused any one of those other words that's on the card here. I really feel you're kind of taking your power back with the King of Wands. You have the World and the 8 of Cups. The The Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it right here. So, it makes perfect sense when it comes up in a eclipse reading or, during the time of an eclipse. So I feel like you see that something is no longer fulfilling or no longer worth it. It could be a person, but really I feel this could be a pretty big picture thing that you're leaving behind, because you have that Six of Swords to the world. It's like you're completely ending a cycle, and completely moving forward in a new direction. On the Chariot, he is leaving the city behind him behind. He is like literally leaving where he has always been to go somewhere new. So, it looks to me like there could be, maybe you're coming off of a tower moment before this reading. Maybe you are, kind of making a major change at this time and you're kind of like moving on to calmer shores. I always say that, to me, the World is a very powerful card because this sorceress right here, she is able to create worlds. She has been through the major arcana, the entire major arcana. So, she has the power to create worlds in her life. And, I really feel some of you could be kind of creating new worlds in your life or creating a new reality. You have the King of Wands. So again, I feel like this is just you. I feel like you're showing up in a very powerful position here. And also I get a ton of, it's kind of weird because you don't have any cards that I would want to see for this, but I do feel like you are extremely creative at this time. And I feel like your creativity needs to be, I feel like you need to focus on your creativity. There could be a lot of benefits in being creative. With the King of Wands, you have the High Priestess. Definitely trust your intuition. The High Priestess also represents unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head, and it kind of represents the fact that there are no limits to what she can accomplish, the High Priestess. And so I kind of feel like you're living your life with no limits, or you're about to be. With the World, you have the Nine of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands twice, and, this really, number one, tells me this way, don't give up, keep pushing. And Nine of Wands is also my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's kind of like, experimentation or needing to experiment more. So I feel like you need to try new things to kind of, just try new directions, right? With the Eight of Cups, you have this Four of Cups. I love this Four of Cups because there's three cups pouring into that one cup right there. So I really feel a lot of you could be manifesting, kind of like new beginnings that are much more fulfilling. This is the White Sage Tarot, and, to me, this is a much better Four of Cups than other decks, because those three cups are pouring into one. For some of you, there could be love coming in here. Going this way, you go to the King of Pentacles. Definitely could be an Earth sign. Could be a Cancer, Aries. Could be a Virgo as well. You have this Virgo season card, but take it how it resonates. Could be a Taurus as well. So, all of the Earth signs. But I feel like it would be a very fulfilling connection, very childlike, very playful. In the area of your new beginnings here, you have this Virgo season card. It says slowly moving towards you. So definitely could be a person that's entering into your life. Detail, picky, practical shyness. Take practical steps towards your goals. Nine of Wands. Throw stuff at the wall. See what sticks. And I also kind of get keep it simple here. I think that if you're working towards a goal, wish, or dream right now, that just the things that have always worked are that's what's going to work for you right now is what I'm trying to spit out here. It's I kind of feel like this is almost saying don't try to reinvent the wheel. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be experimenting, as I always say. I'm a big fan. I always tell people that, I think that it's dangerous to get stuck in convention right now because of Pluto and Aquarius. So what I mean by that is that if you are doing doing things the same way in work and business and love, and you're not getting a different result, that means you're stuck in convention. So when you do get stuck, when you don't get better or different results, then it's time to start experimenting. And then it's time to, I say pay attention to the 80-20 rule, which says 80% of the time we get 80% of our results from 20% of the work that we do. But there's another 80-20 rule, which is that 80% of the time, just do what works in work or business. 20% of the time, try something new, try something different, because it's will all your ideas work? Hell no. But if one works, it'll be worth it. So, I would start experimenting. Nine of Wands. You have the Six of Cups and the Chariot here. I feel like you're entering into a much more happy time as well. Again, I kind of feel that a lot of you are leaving behind where you have been, like this Chariot rider is. I also feel like you're more focused on as above, so below. It's kind of funny because, just in my head, I feel that you are, correcting yourself even. He really believes in, the law of attraction. He even kind of looks like the magician. He's holding the wand that the magician is holding right here. But it's funny that Like, I feel like you could be in this place in life where if you start to have a negative thought, for example, maybe you correct it to a positive thought. It's almost like I see you kind of like working more with that energy. I hope that makes sense. You have the Six of Cups, could be love coming in for you. I always say that Six of Cups really represents a soulmate. I don't think it's a person from the past. I think it's a new person that's coming in for you. But Six of Cups can also represent a turnaround. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is, any area in our life that we have been bumping up against obstacles. It kind of removes those obstacles. It allows us to move forward with this Six of Cups energy. You have the Nine of Wands as well. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation as well. It's kind of like I said, a card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. But I do feel some of you have been like working towards something with that Virgo season card. Maybe it's been very slow and it just hasn't been progressing as quickly as you would like. And I feel like this is saying whatever you've been working towards that hasn't been moving as quickly as you would like, keep going. With the Nine of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. You have the King of Pentacles twice right here. So it's like you're building something permanent. There's an old saying, easy come, easy go. And, I feel that maybe something that you've been working on has been going slowly because it's going to last a long time. So again, I feel like slow isn't a bad thing in this situation. With the Six of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. Yes, if you're attracting love, very fulfilling. It'll be a very fulfilling connection. This is happy home, happy family. So I feel like you could be attracting something that makes you very happy. Even if you don't want love, and even if you do, I do see a lot of you very focused on your happily ever after. Again, I think that really, I think it's impossible for all of us to not be focused on some like bigger dream or, some sort of bigger idea in life just because of the astrology. So I think everybody is focused on the Ten of Cups. I think we all want to be happier. I think we all want some sort of fulfillment in our life right now, of course. But there just seems to be like just a little bit extra of a focus for everyone in that direction. And I kind of feel like the beautiful thing about your reading is that it looks to me like you actually are being more positive, which is probably going to attract this faster into your life. With the Chariot, you have the Eight of Cups. Yes, you're definitely leaving something behind. Obviously, like I said, he's leaving the city behind. There could be some heartbreak in whatever you're leaving behind, but really, I kind of feel, like I said earlier in the reading, it's almost as if before this reading, this side, the past, you had a tower moment. And this reading to me is giving me those vibes that you're kind of like moving past the tower moment. Next in the area, what are we doing? Your next major change. You have the Void card. The Void is the darkness. It is the new beginning. It is not knowing what to do to get started in a new direction. It's kind of like that feeling of being overwhelmed by, a blank canvas, right? And I feel like some of you, you do have a little bit of that overwhelm, of like, what do I get started on? How do I finish this painting that I haven't even started, right? But I feel like the painting is your life, Sagittarius. You have the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. Number one, I would definitely say that healing from the past or forgiving the past will probably be a good idea. The Three of Swords also can just represent temporary energy. It can just represent a temporary change or a temporary situation. So again, if you are feeling stuck or whatever, I think you just need to know that it is temporary. It's not something that is going to last forever. So, I would let this go. What I would say though is, remember what I said earlier in the reading, I feel very a creative energy here. Sometimes I think in a reading that when we get the Emperor or the Empress, it can say that we need to balance one or the other out. So the Emperor is all about action and the Empress is all about creativity. And so I feel like you have the action part down, but I'm wondering if you just need some more creativity, energy or creative energy. People always ask me, how do I get more creative? I'm like, I don't know, go do a puzzle, go, draw a picture, right? It doesn't have to be related to what you're doing, but it's like maybe you're lacking creativity in business. Go do something creative. Go be in the energy of creativity. Go watch something creative. Go to the museum. Go get inspiration somewhere, right? It's like today I'm working on a project for another business, and like today I was just going through the knowledge base of this the software that I'm using, and they literally had like a section of people who use their software for just as inspiration, and I went through it and I got like a ton of ideas from these people that use this software. So it's like, it's like you can find inspiration anywhere is the whole point. And I would be looking for inspiration because I think that'll give you so many good ideas. Again, it's funny. It's crazy that I just thought of that because I just did this morning. And, I'm totally getting that there on the Emperor. But again, it gave me so many great ideas that made what I'm working on, or at least I think it will make what I'm working on like 1,000 times better. So, I think you need that creativity. Even with the King of Pentacles, again, he needs creativity. He represents convention, the way things have always been done. And again, I do feel here in this reading that convention isn't necessarily going to be a bad thing for you. Like, doing things the way that they work isn't necessarily going to be a bad idea, but I do feel that you need a little bit of creative energy here to get started. Maybe you need some inspiration. Again, I would, I don't think we should be comparing ourselves to other people, but I would be looking for inspiration. If you're like starting a business, like there's plenty of people on YouTube, I'm sure, that have started the same business you want to start. So go get some inspiration from them. If you do art, go to the museum. Like I said, if you're writing a book, go read other books. I think you can get, this whole entire row is like, for whatever reason, saying you need inspiration. It's same thing with love. Like if you want love, go take yourself out on a date, or go spy on people who are on dates and see what they do. I feel like you need something here. And here you go. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. I definitely feel like you could be attracting a King of Pentacles into your life. Could be any sign. I think it's just someone who's successful, stable, secure, probably has a good job, maybe a little bit boring in that sense, but I don't think they're a boring person. With the Emperor, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, everything I just said, you need to, Four of Pentacles, holding on too tightly to something. Maybe you hold on too tightly to the action taking, and again, maybe you need to add more creativity to something. With the Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Yep, quick success coming in for you. Kind of feel like you need to talk to yourself. Those are the words that I'm getting here on this card, Sagittarius. It's like, I feel like you need to talk yourself into something that you want to do anyway. Or I feel like you need to make sure the words that you're using about yourself, like if you want to be a business owner, I feel like you need to start talking to yourself like you are a business owner. I tell a story all the time. I live in a very small town, and like when I drive around, there are probably a lot of people who see me talking to myself that probably think I'm batshit crazy, right? Because I just talk myself up all day long, right? But I also don't care because it's made me very successful. So, talk to yourself, talk about yourself in good words. I drive around and I talk about like all the things that I want to do, and how I talk as if they've already happened and have been successful. So I'm always gassing myself up, right? And, that's what I would be doing here with the Eight of Wands. And also Curveball, a Pisces that talks to himself, right? In your last row here for what you can manifest right now, you have this To the Sea card. Like I was getting those like Six of Swords vibes here. It kind of looks like the Six of Swords as well. This is a card of direction, and it's also a card of discovery because, she is going into the ocean and she might not actually know where she's going. She's just like kind of at the whims of the ocean. But I feel like you're being led in a new direction. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Hermit, and the Four of Cups. Two of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard, but I kind of feel you need to get messy with the Two of Pentacles. I feel like the Two of Pentacles is saying, like, again, art is messy, and there is this element of, creation here. And so I feel like this is saying, like, play around, be playful, be energetic, and try new things. And, like, whatever you're trying to accomplish, love, business, or otherwise, doesn't matter. I feel like this is saying, don't be afraid to kind of, like, try the opposite side or try something you've never tried before. I do also feel that, again, it is talking about the balance of energy. Two of Pentacles, like, work hard, play hard. But we could also say that maybe you are working too much and you need more of that creative energy. You have the Queen of Cups here. I really feel like your heart is trying to say something to you. She has that cup, and that cup, I always say that cup, it kind of really looks like a trophy. It doesn't even look like a cup. So to me, it represents the fact that she really values her heart. She really values what her heart is telling her to do. And, I kind of feel that here for you, Sagittarius. I feel like you need to listen to your heart more. It's like telling you to do something. What? I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. You have the Hermit and the Four of Cups. You've had disappointments in the past, and, I definitely feel a lot of people could be experiencing this type of energy where it's like we feel the urge to maybe get into a relationship. And I feel urges here. Maybe you feel the urge to be in a relationship, or you feel the urge to start a business, but also you're thinking about the past disappointments. So I feel like you need to let go of those past disappointments. The Hermit also really is kind of like confirmation. The Hermit kind of says that you've learned everything you need to learn. It's almost like the universe is saying, like, you've been through the bad stuff. It's like the next thing's going to be great, but if you keep thinking about the past and how things didn't work out, then you're just going to stay stuck. So I almost feel like it's saying, the universe is saying, like, the past is dead, done, over with. It's time for you to, experience some goodness. With the Two of Pentacles, you show up, Temperance. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Temperance is also about mixing two things together. It's a card of alchemy. I always say you can turn a negative into a positive, but you can also turn a positive into a negative with the Temperance card. So make sure you're, turning things around here. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Emperor. Yes, more creative energy. You could be attracting an Emperor type person into your life. Again, I wouldn't really say this is like a major love reading or anything like that, but you could be attracting like a real boss type of energy. We are missing that Empress energy though. Normally I never say that, but I am feeling that in this reading, that the only thing that would make this reading better is that kind of like creative energy that we get from the Empress. With the Hermit and the Four of Cups, you have the Six of Swords. This is the other thing as well. You have the Six of Swords kind of like 3 times here. You have it twice, but then you have that To the Sea card as well. The Six of Swords, the story of the Six of Swords is that the woman and the child in the boat, they have left everything behind them behind. They are completely starting over. So, it's kind of like starting from scratch. It is the void, as we were talking about, the blank canvas. And I'm not saying you really do art, but you might be having you might completely be starting over in some area of your life, which the eclipse could definitely be creating. Or maybe it already has, because again, I kind of feel like you've already had a tower moment. So wherever that happened in your life, it looks to me like you're stepping into this new beginning. And I feel like more creativity is your answer. It's just that simple. Very simple reading. It actually looks pretty good too. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy the eclipse.